fiery horse with the speed of light, a cloud of dust, and a hearty hi-yo silver, the Lone Ranger. With his faithful Indian companion Tonto, the daring and resourceful masked rider of the plains led the fight for law and order in the early western United States. Nowhere in the pages of history can one find a greater champion of justice. Return with us now to those thrilling days of yesteryear. From out of the past come the thundering hoofbeats of the great horse Silver. The Lone Ranger rides again.
Come on, Silver! Let's go, big fellow! I'm Silver! Away!
At midnight, heavy fog rolled in from the Gulf and completely shrouded a Texas seaport town. It muffled the creaking rasp of a tramp steamer that had tied up at the wooden dock a few moments before and blotted the ship from view. Consequently, the indistinct figure of a man walking uncertainly down the ship's gangplank seemed to materialize out of nowhere. He hesitated for a moment as he reached the dock, while his body was shaken by a dry, hacking cough. Then he hurried toward a dimly lit waterfront cafe.
What's the matter, stranger? You got a cold?
Oh, no. I wish it was a cold. Say, bartender, maybe you could help me.
No free drinks. If I listen to every tramp who walks
It's
in
not
here...
liquor I want. I'm looking for somebody. Maybe you know him. See, I haven't seen this gent for quite a spell.
Yeah? What's his name?
Sutter. He's tall and...
You mean Loop Sutter?
That's right. Loop is his first name. I'd almost forgotten.
Why, sure. Loop's here. Playing cards right now with King Larson. Back there at the poker table. You know him?
I used to. Is there a room around here? Private room where I could talk to Mr. Sutter alone? I'll pay for it.
Well, sure. Why not? There's a little room right back of the bar. You want me to tell Loop you'd like to see him?
Yes, if you will. I'll wait in the room.
Wonder who that critter is. Seems like I've seen him someplace. Hey, Luke.
Don't bother me, Boozy. Just about to draw out on Tin Horn Larson.
You mean you'd like to draw out on
There's a gent up front wants to see you. He's waiting in that little room back of the bar.
Who wants to see me?
No, didn't tag himself.
What's he look like?
Kind of small and thin. Looks sick to me. Got a bad cold or something. Coughs all the time.
What's that? Small, thin, and... You say he coughs like... Where is he?
You know, Luke, from that description Boozy gives, it might be... No, that's impossible.
I'll see you later.
Well, Loop got interested in the gent mighty sudden, didn't he, King?
Yeah. Say, there's another room back at the bar, isn't there?
Sure.
I've played hunches all my life. I've got one now.
Well, there ain't no law against me listening to what's going on, too.
Coffer. I figured it was you. Where'd you come from?
Hello, Loop. I just got in from South America. I heard you were here.
You want
so
some money, is that it?
Enough to pay a Sawbones. Then if he can keep me alive, I know where there's plenty of money.
Where?
Help me out, Loop. We're both part of Mike's old gang. If you'll help me, we can both cash in.
How?
Suppose you added up all the gold Mike Barlow salted away in a dozen years of train robberies and bank jobs. How much would that be?
Plenty, counting everything you held out on the gang before his luck ran out.
Any idea where that money is now?
Sure, stowed away in different spots around the country. But Mike's dead. Nobody knows where he hid it, so
I know.
What? How could you... Oh, you're lying.
I was the only one with Mike when the law ran him down.
I know, but
There was
what...
a lot of gunplay. Mike killed 2 lawmen. They hung him 2 days later in the jail yard of a little town in West Texas. Town called San Bazos.
Well, that's right, but what is that?
He talked to me just before they put the rope around his neck.
Told you where he planted all the money? Why, that'd be almost $500,000 in gold.
Sure. It's not all in one place. But I know where Mike hid a map that shows all the places.
A map? Oh, you're lying, Coffer. If you knew that, why haven't you got it yourself?
Things got hot for me about that time. I had to get out of the country. And like I told you, 10 years in a South American pen, my lungs got worse. Now, if I can get a doctor...
Where is it, this map you're talking about?
Will you play square with me, Loop, if I tell you? We'll split it 2 ways.
Why, sure, Coffer. You know me. I know a pill roller right here in this town. We'll get you fixed up, and then... Where's the map?
All right, Loop, I'll tell you. It's the only thing I can do. You will get me a doctor, won't you?
Sure. Where's the map?
Mike was in that San Bazos jail alone the night before they hung him. It's got thick 'dobe walls and little windows with iron bars. The last thing Mike told me was this. San Bazos jail under the sign of 3 bars.
San Bazos jail under the sign of 3 bars. That means he left the map in his cell. Maybe behind a adobe brick and underneath...
Sure. It's plain as day, Loop. And when I'm well enough, we'll...
Sure, Coffer. Now, you wait right here. Sit down and rest. I'll go and fetch that Sawbones I was telling you about.
Will you? Maybe he can give me a pill or something to stop
You
this.
got nothing to worry about, Coffer. Why, I can give you a pill just as easy as a Sawbones. Pill made out of lead.
No. Don't pull a gun on me. Please don't.
One of these kind of pills and your worries are all over. There's no sense in splitting Mike Barlow's gold.
No, you can't.
Most women are fatalists. So it was that Lola, a comely, slender girl in her early 20s, was not surprised when Boozy Ward knocked on the door of her dressing room at the Palace Cafe in Fort Worth. She hadn't seen or heard of Boozy for over 15 years. Then she had worn pigtails and gingham dresses. Now she presented a breathtaking beauty that left most men speechless. Dark hair, satin blue eyes, and a smile that could mean anything or nothing. Boozy was confused, but he answered her pointed questions.
Are you sure, Boozy? That's the important part. Are you sure this man was really the Coffer?
Couldn't be anybody else, Miss Lola. Saw him with my own eyes. Of course, he didn't recognize me, because I wasn't with Big Mike's gang at the wind-up.
But Luke Sutter knew him, and King Larson.
Sure. It's like I told you. I listened to what he said to Loop in that little room. And I'll bet my bottom dollar King Larson was listening on the other side.
And they both know about San Brazos jail under the sign of 3 bars.
Sure. That's why King lit out in such a hurry. And I left to come up here. But knowing Luke Sutter, I'll bet the coffer never left that room alive. Both King and Loop have headed for San Brazos.
Where is this place, San Brazos?
It's west of the Pecos. It's not a very big town.
But it must be big enough to support a cafe where I can get a job dancing.
What? You mean you're going...
Why not? Mike Barlow's gold really belongs to me, doesn't it?
Yeah. Well, how are you going to...
We'll work that out later. You go ahead and get a job tending bar. I'll be there on the next stage.
You sure work fast, Miss Lola. Just like your paw.
Never mind the compliments. We're up against stiff competition. I'm sure that neither Loop, Sutter, nor King Lawson will try to break into the San Brazos jail alone. They're too well known to the law.
How are we going to get in there?
I don't know. But I'll have a plan worked out by the time I meet you in San Brazos, day after tomorrow.
It was almost sundown 2 days later when the Lone Ranger and Tonto reined up their horses near Adobe Shack on the outskirts of San Brazos.
Oh, Scout, fella.
I think we can water the horses here, Tonto. That shack is a restaurant run by a Mexican. Doesn't seem to be anyone around.
Steady, big fella.
Watering trough's in the back. They won't be seen because it'll be dark in another minute or two.
Better we lead horses, not make noise.
All right, Silver, come on, fella.
Come, Scout.
Come on,
Luke Sutter was on the trail of $500,000 in gold. Consequently, he had been cautious in enlisting the aid of a young cowpuncher named Jimmy Ives. And he was still cautious as he and Jimmy approached San Brazos.
Ho! That shack this side of the trees, the Mexican restaurant I was telling you about.
All right. What do we do now?
Hold it up. Make a little gunplay, enough to bring the law out here.
Yeah?
And you get caught, and I get away.
This be the first time in my life I ever tried to get arrested.
Don't worry. It'll be worth it. Once you get inside the San Brazos jailhouse, start looking for the sign I told you about.
Still sounds kind of local to me. Going to all this trouble just to get a letter your old partner left in that cell.
That's my business. You get the letter. I'll break you out of the calaboose and give you $1,000 in cash.
All right, Sutter, a deal's a deal. Come on, let's get it over with.
You're getting smart, Jimmy. Let's go.
Easy, Silver. Take it easy, boy.
Silver, Scout, plenty thirsty. Them have a long trip today.
Yes, and the trail's been dusty, Tonto. I don't think I've ever... Did you hear that, Tonto? Somebody's trying to hold up the restaurant.
You don't believe it, Jimmy? Maybe this will convict you.
There's a back door to that shack. Come on, Tonto.
Might as well pick up what's in the till while we're at it. Sure.
No, you won't. Drop that gun.
Where'd he come from? The redskin. They looked at
I said drop it.
Blast them, Jimmy. Back of that table and cut them down.
Back of that table, Tonto.
Kemosabe, you hear? Outside. Any men come from town.
Yes, I hear them. Maybe a trap. Keep shooting till we find out.
The curtain falls on the first act of our Lone Ranger story. Before the next exciting scenes, please permit us to pause for just a moment. continue our story. As they hugged the floor and dodged lead from the outlaw's flaming guns, the Lone Ranger and Tonto heard the approach of several men outside the restaurant.
Watch the gun door, boys. I'll give him one chance to simmer down. Hold that gunfire in there. This is the law talking.
Lawman, come now. Not good.
I'm not so sure, Tonto. There's something going on here that doesn't make sense.
Get out of my way, you freak.
Grab him, Tonto.
No. Oh, it's too dark. Me miss. Him get away.
Come out with your hands up or we're coming in to shoot.
Don't shoot, Sheriff. I'll come out.
All right, boys, hold it. All right.
There, that's what I mean.
What you mean?
Quiet, Tonto.
Here's one of them. Where's the rest of the lead slingers?
I'm the only one, Sheriff. It was the master off being an engine. I think they hijacked it.
Me not savvy.
Neither do I, Tonto. We've got to get out of here and be quick about it. Keep low till we get through the back door, then run for the horses.
This time we're going to be live. Let's move in there, boys, and clean the place out.
Steady, Scout. Steady, fella. What we do, Kimosabe?
Steady, Silver. Circle the town, Tonto, and come in from the other end.
Plenty people in town. Maybe them see us.
Not if we ground hitch our horses and travel on foot. We'll stay off the main street.
That real lawman capture Outlaw?
Yes, it was a sheriff, I'm sure of that. What I can understand is a holdup. Both outlaws tried to make as much noise as possible, as though they wanted to be caught.
Me not savvy.
Neither do I, but I'm going to find out. Come on, Silver.
Come on, Scout. Give me a drink, bartender. Straight rye.
Right away, mister. Fix your
Boozy. Boozy Ward. What are you doing here in San Barzo's?
King. Well, I'll be King Larson. Well, you gambling gents get around, don't you?
You heard me. I said, what are you doing here?
What's it look like? Just trying to make an honest dollar, that's all. Did you say you wanted straight rye, King?
Forget it. Have you seen... do you think Loop Sutter might be up here, too? Trying to make an honest dollar?
I don't know nothing about Loop. I'm just a poor barkeeper.
Shut up. I know you're lying, and so do you.
Ladies and gents, the Bridal Big Cafe is proud to present a special attraction for your entertainment. The charming and elegant Spanish dancer, Miss Lola.
Listen, Boozy. I don't like small-time bartenders who try to move in on a game when I'm dealing.
Are you dealing, King?
I'll show you whether
You
I...
don't have to explain. We both do cards at the same time. Only difference is I can afford to come out here to San Barzo and get thrown in jail. You can't.
You dirty...
You've got a record. The sheriff might look up some of those old handbills on the Mike Barlow gang.
I'll not...
barkeep.
Oh, coming right up.
Here. I really need it. Just got through helping Sheriff Weems throw an owl hoot in jail.
What's that?
Some hombre tried to hold up Pedro's restaurant on the edge of town. There were 4 of them. We only nabbed one. A masked critter, a redskin, and a big tall gent got away.
Did you say one of the owl hoots was big and tall?
Yeah. Some of the boys spotted him running for his horse. He was wearing a flat hat and a long black coat.
Loop Sutter.
What's that? Say, that new dancer's mighty fine, ain't she? See you later, Ted.
Did you hear that? Loop Sutter's here ahead of us. He's already planted somebody in that jail.
Yeah.
We better work together against Loop.
No thanks, Larson. I wouldn't trust you any more than I would Loop Sutter. That's about as far as I can throw a loaded wagon. I'll play my own game.
So will I. For keeps.
Suit yourself.
I'll have that map before the night's over. And you'd better stay out of my way.
Lola will want to know about this. Oh, watch the bar, Charlie. I'm going upstairs.
There's a jail at the end of the street, Tonto. I guess the sheriff's already locked up his prisoner. I may be wrong, but I still think it's strange that they... Wait.
What matter?
Somebody coming. Let's stay out of sight around this building.
Look. Fella pulled gun.
Yes, but why?
I'll plug the first hombre I see. I'm warning everybody. Stay away from me or up.
Get Sheriff Wayne.
Hey, what's all this?
I don't know, Sheriff. Guess this gent had too much to drink. He's trying to shoot up the town.
Nobody's going to tell me what to do.
That's where you're wrong, mister. I'm telling you what you're going to do now. You're going to jail.
All right, stranger. You asked for a night in the calaboose, and you're going to get it. March straight ahead. Just a minute. I'll take that shooting iron of yours.
Whatever you say, Sheriff.
Your face looks kind of familiar. Might be on one of those reward notices I've got in my desk. Well, check 'em over before I turn you loose in the morning.
Yes, sir.
Start walking. Only got one cell. You'll have to share it with an owl hoot I ran down about an hour ago.
That's all right with me.
Here we are. Yeah. You polecats can simmer in your own juice. I'll see both of you in the morning.
It's too dark to see you, but I know you're in here.
Sure, I'm here. What of it?
And just so we'll understand each other, I know why you're here.
Yeah?
I know Luke Sutter's waiting somewhere outside to break you out when he gets your signal.
You know a lot of things, don't you?
Not until I strike a match to see whether you've been working on those Dobie bricks. 3 of them are out of the wall already.
Pull out that match.
All right. I just want you to know you're not going to leave this cell alive.
Yeah? I suppose you're packing a gun.
No. But it's just as good. A 6-inch bowie knife.
Oh, you sneaking... There. Your knife's gone. Now we're even.
That's what you think.
We go in jail, Kemosabe?
Yes. If the sheriff's alone, it won't be hard to handle. I'll walk in first, Tonto.
You two critters ain't walking any place. Reach.
Behind us, Tonto.
Get 'em up before I blast both of
Our
them.
hands are up. Now what do you want?
Turn around. I'd like to see what kind of gun hawks Luke Sutter hires.
I've never heard of Loop Sutter, but on...
You don't hire any, Boozy. I'm my own gun hand.
What? Luke!
Right behind you, with a 45 slug that'll just fit that meddling carcass of yours. I'm gonna...
Down, Tonto.
Hey, what the... Man!
Oh, my hand!
What in tarnation's going on out there?
Come on, Tonto. I still want to see the inside of that jail.
What kind of a...
Smash! It's a jailbreak.
I don't know,
I'm gonna
Sheriff,
get
but
you.
before you reach for that gun, I'm going to... I have to hurry. The gunfire will bring the whole town down here. The cell keys must be in his pocket, Tonto. Get them.
Here. Here, we got him.
Good. Cell must be back here. Light a match, Tonto, quick.
2 fellas in there. A pretty big fight.
Yes, I don't know what this is all about, but unless it stops now, you'll have a third man in your fight. All right, you asked for it. There. And you...
Kemosabe, plenty people come.
Yes, I know. We still haven't found out why... Oh, wait a minute. Add another match, Tonto. They've taken bricks out of the wall underneath the windows. But they were fighting when we came in, so they couldn't have been trying to break out. I wonder what they were...
It's a masked outlaw and a redskin. They're the same one. Gun him down, boy.
Don't fire into that crowd, Tonto. There must be some way we can get out of here.
Go on, back.
Run for it. We'll...
Hold! Kemosabe, you hit him.
Just in the shoulder. Run. We'd better split up, Tonto. Try to get to the horses.
But me not like to
It's
leave
our
you
only
here.
chance. Run. This was was a mistake to let them corner me here. Maybe those stairs. Excuse me. I didn't know there was anyone up here. I'm sorry, but
I heard the gunfire up at the jail. Oh, you're hurt. You've been shot.
Oh, it's nothing serious. I'm sure it's just a flesh wound in my shoulder. I'll be all right.
He came in this way. We got him cornered. Man up. Search every room of the place.
That's right. They have got me cornered.
Not yet. Follow me. There's a back stairway at the end of this hall. It leads to the cellar. Hurry. Now, over there, back of that heavy canvas, the entrance to a tunnel. This place used to be an underground station for slaves during the Civil War.
Now, just a minute. Before you help me any further, would you mind telling me why?
Because we're both here in San Barzo's for the same purpose.
Are we?
You don't have to pretend that you never heard about the map to Mike Barlow's hidden gold. I know it's hidden in the wall of that jail, and so do you. So does Loop Sutter and King Lawson and Boozy.
Is that so?
You and I can help each other. I have more right to that gold than all of you.
Why?
Because my name is Lola Barlow. Mike was my father.
I see.
Why shouldn't we work together? I've heard about you for a long time. You see, I know who you are.
You do?
Of course. That mask, the way you dress, you're the Lone Ranger.
Although he's discovered the secret of the San Barzo's jail, will the Lone Ranger ever find the gold? Tune in the next broadcast and listen to the climax of the masked man's exciting adventure. The story you have just heard is a copyrighted feature of Lone Ranger Incorporated.